Hey Bachachers, sit back, relax, and listen because we got some piping hot tea to serve today. To start out, this is going to be a story time about my Facebook catfishing and how I faked my own death. So, I would just like to make a very clear point that there was a very negative side effect or just effect in general of catfishing, because me and my friend, we had those accounts for so long to the point where we became those people. We thought we were those people. We were those people. We started acting like them. These people that we pretended to be were very rude, very obnoxious, just very ignorant, very, very disrespectful, in your face, and very dumb, like just stupid. Acting a certain way towards people was not funny. Like, it's not funny. But being young and dumb like we were, we thought it was hilarious. We got a lot out of it, and I feel like there was a point where it was kind of turned into like an addiction, or like, oh, what am I gonna post next? What am I gonna make people believe or whatever? And it just turned into like this addiction. And the morals we had behind making the accounts in the first place were not good motives and not good reasons. Not that you should ever catfish, but just like not horrible reasons to catfish. Like, just not good, not smart, just stupid. But anyway, start this off. We made 2 accounts, boyfriend and girlfriend, because there was this girl that I used to date when I was straight. It was online dating, so it doesn't really count. But anyways, she was a bitch. She was a psychotic bitch. She was a fucking Christian homophobic whore, and no one liked her. So, you know, like, if no one likes her, then I'm not saying she deserved it, but she was a bitch. No fucking kidding. No fucking jokes here. She was a bitch. She didn't deserve it, but so anyways, we made these accounts, Luciana and Logan, boyfriend and girlfriend. We pretended to be her friend, and then we made a 3rd account, which I didn't run, my friend ran. She ran the boyfriend and Vanessa, which is the account I'm talking about, and I ran Luciana and another person named Maria, who will be introduced later, and there was also Alondra and Kathy, who I didn't run. She ran, I think. Actually, we all kind of ran them, but my main one was Maria and Luciana, and hers were Logan and Vanessa. Anyways, so we would just make up hella scenarios, and we pretended to be friends with this girl. We'll call her Betty, and Betty would get really mad at Vanessa because Vanessa was the trolling one, and Logan and Luciana acted more like actual people, whereas Vanessa was just a big whole troll, and she would troll the fuck out of Betty, and Betty would get very upset, and her friends, I'm not sure how she had any, no offense, but her friends would attack Vanessa, and even Luciana and Logan would pretend that they hated Vanessa. Vanessa and Luciana beefed. Somehow they became friends in our little story or whatever we would tell. That went on for a while, and eventually I think we all turned on. I don't remember why. It was something about like teen pregnancy or something. And there was a story we made up where Logan and Luciana were pregnant, and the other girl, Maria, was about to fight this bitch, Luciana, because they beefed for whatever reason. Maria beat the shit out of Luciana and kicked her belly, and she got a miscarriage. I'm not sure if that's even how miscarriages work. I wouldn't know, but it was some dark shit, and really, I don't think that's realistic, but I wouldn't know. I don't think anyone would actually fight a pregnant woman, but that's beyond me. Anyways, that happened, and Beth made a post about how being pregnant ruins your life, or being pregnant before you're married or whatever ruins your life. But obviously not fucking true. And I like how I'm talking about them like they're different, completely different people, but they literally were. It's like they were different people. Luciana got offended, and she was like, really, bitch, that's not true. I'm pregnant or whatever, or I've been pregnant, and there's nothing gross or bad about it or whatever. They all started to hate Betty. Everyone hated Betty. Like, I'm just saying, even real people hated Betty. Anyway, she blocked us all eventually, or we all deleted her or whatever. I don't know what happened. And so Luciana and Logan basically became useless. And so that's where Maria came in. She was already existent, but like not really. And Maria and Vanessa were the biggest trolls. we would comment on a bunch of posts, a bunch of pictures, a bunch of everything, just like trolling the fuck out of people, saying, oh, you're ugly, oh this, oh that. I guess it was, in a way, it was like nice just to like be able to say things and like not worry about like, oh, is this okay to say? You just said it. Like, you just said whatever you wanted to, even if it wasn't true, or even if you didn't think it was right to say. You just said it because these bitches had no censor, no filter, and there was no like actual consequence. There was even an instance where we trolled Dollar Shave Club because there was like an ad or something, and we trolled them and said, don't buy this product, you'll get a bunch of cuts or something. I don't remember what it was. A bunch of real people replied and like, bitch, you trolling, like there's no way. It's so obvious you're a troll. Even Dollar Shave Club replied, and they literally offered a refund. I think is really funny. Like, why would a company take time out of their day to reply to someone who is clearly a troll? Clearly that would never happen. Like, obviously razors cut, but like there's no way what we said in such a manner, in such a intense way, to the point where it's just not realistic. The fact that like they took time out of their day to offer a refund to someone who's clearly lying and clearly just being stupid, making jokes, is just like really shows them as a company, which I wouldn't really know about that because I don't own any of their products, so I wouldn't know. But obviously they seem like a good company if they would reply to someone who's clearly ignorant. Would just troll people like that and just be really shitty and really funny and really just stupid, and people would get so mad to the point where they would report our accounts, and we would have to go through a security check where you match the names with a picture. And so what we would do was we would go on a different account and look up the people's names and match the picture up with the person. It was a long process, but there was a time limit, so you had to really do it really fast. And so we always passed those. Never once did we ever get locked out of our account when that happened. And so we just continued to troll and troll and troll and troll, and just like talk shit and say things and be a hoe and be rude and call people ugly and like call people stupid and call people names. And like, we even exposed a cheating husband. A married guy messaged one of us, and he was like trying to get nudes or something, and we exposed his ass because, one, that's really wrong, and I think that's a good reason to be a catfish, just see someone's cheating, because clearly this guy was, and like that's not okay. So one good thing that came out of those accounts was that we exposed a cheating husband. Our accounts went on for a long ass time, until Maria got reported as fake. That hasn't been a problem, but the security check was very intense. You needed like an actual identification card. You needed to prove your actual identity. Obviously they're not real people, so we couldn't go back in the accounts. Keep in mind that this is the second account Maria had made, because she had been deactivated once and then deactivated for the second time. It was getting to the point where we were getting older, we were getting more mature for those accounts, and just like it wasn't like a lot of fun anymore. It was getting kind of boring. We've been doing it for so long, and it's just like, it's fun to a point, and like just like making fun of people 24/7, it just got really tiring and really just like immature and dumb. And I didn't see a point making another account just to add a bunch of people back. We had like maxed out friends or something, and that was like hella. It just took a lot of work, just like get all these people added and like get all these pictures and profile pictures posted. And it was just a long process, and it wasn't worth it. We never made a third account, and so we faked Maria's death. So Maria got deactivated, and then Vanessa made a post saying rest in peace, made up a whole story about how Maria killed herself because her account got deactivated, and like called people out and said rest in peace, see you in heaven, or something like that. I don't remember what the post said. Keep in mind, we don't think suicide is a joke. It's definitely not something to be laughing about or something to find funny, but also we were young, dumb, and immature, so what do you expect from a couple of 14 and 15-year-olds? And it was a long time ago, so don't judge me, but I killed myself. As Maria, I killed myself. After Maria died, we just kind of stopped fussing with the account and stopped like messing around with it. At some point in time, Vanessa got deactivated too. I don't remember when, but she's not on Facebook anymore, so I don't know what's up with that. But Lacey, Anna, and Logan still exist. We had a whole life set up for ourselves, okay? We made up a whole ass story. It was like our second lives, you know? It was like living through a picture. I faked my own death. I would say the moral of the story is catfishing is so weird. When you actually are catfishing, you feel like that's actually you, and like you convince yourself, oh, that's me, or like you feel like you're turning into that person. Like literally with Vanessa and Maria, me and my friend literally turned into them. Like we started acting like them, we would talk like them, because they like had a certain like way they would say things or way they would talk, and we were stuck in that character, stuck in those personas or whatever the fuck. We were stuck in them for such a long time. It took forever just to stop like acting like them and like start being an actual person, you know? I'll just say like catfishing is so, like for the person doing it, even for the people who are catfishing, it's so like risky. It's so like, it's an addiction. It's literally an addiction. And I feel like it's a mental thing, because like I know I've come across a few catfishes and you feel like you are that person. You know you're not, but like you are. Like it's so confusing, it's so weird. But moral of the story is, don't catfish. It's not funny, it's not cute, it's not cool. Since I didn't finish my thought, I'm going to insert it while I'm editing it. I was trying to explain that there's no good reason to catfish, and what we were doing to hurt people and to like harass that one girl was wrong, but also just trolling what we ended up doing at the end. Obviously it's bad, but I didn't feel like it was worse than to date someone or to form actual friendships and like lie to people about that, because we weren't trying to look real. We were just being stupid, you know? Oh, also I failed to mention that when we were trolling Betty on Vanessa, people were already like, oh, it's Ricky. Oh, it's Ricky. So they knew, okay? It's not like there's some shocking thing. They already knew it was me, even though I was like, no, it's not. But people knew. So I feel like it's way more less intense than dating someone or befriending people. Marie and Vanessa were not believable people at all. We didn't even try to like fake lives or anything. That was more so with Laciana and Logan. We stopped posting on them after a while, so it wasn't like they even like affected us that much. I would say just moral of the story, don't fucking catfish. Just don't do it. Be yourself. I know that from that experience, I've catfished many times before on like Club Penguin and other video games. It's just not worth it, because even if you're doing it to like make friends, then just be yourself. No one's gonna care what you look like. No one's gonna care how old you are or what your real name is. Just be yourself. People are gonna love you no matter if you were that person, if you weren't, because you're still the same person behind the screen, unless you're trolling, but most people aren't. You're literally the same person, just with a different face in a different age or a different name. And it really just, it hurts people when you catfish them. Just like making relationships with people and building stronger friendships, just being a person, like being a normal person. When it finally comes out that you're a catfish, it's like, wow, the person really liked me. When I was younger, I used to catfish as a girl a lot, because I have always felt more comfortable being a girl for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. But I would always catfish as a girl. But I was young, so I was little. I feel like everyone has catfished at least once. It's not like an out of the norm thing. So it shouldn't shock anyone that I did that shit on Club Penguin or other games. I was young. I did make a lot of friends, and when I did tell them who I really was, it was kind of like, wow, really? I still have friends from when I catfished as a girl when I was like 11. I have one friend who I've known since I was so little. I was like 9, and I'm turning 18 soon, so that's a long time. I've known her almost 10 years basically. I don't know math. Wow. No, I've known her since 08 or 07 maybe. I think it was more 08. I've known her since 08 when I think I was 7 maybe. That doesn't sound right. 8. No, that doesn't sound right. I would have to be 9. I would have to be 9, because I would say it was, no. Okay, I don't know how old I was. I just know that I catfished. I made myself older than I was. So I would just say, don't catfish. It's not worth it. It's not fun, like hurting people. What I think people don't understand though is like, you're still the same person regardless of what your age is, regardless of what your name is, regardless of what you look like, because you still are you, and you're still always gonna be you, because the person they know and have come to know, you're still the same person. You just look different, or different, or younger, or older, or are named differently. Like, but it does really affect people, and it really does hurt people. That was a long moral of the story. I've already said this, but you really do start to believe you're that person. It really just gets in your head. It's really just not, it's not safe. It's not good for your mental health, and it's not good for other people's sake. I think that about wraps it up. We just did a lot of fucked up things. We said a lot of funny things. We said a lot of ignorant things. On Vanessa and Maria, we'd make up some weird ass rhymes. They were so stupid. The rhymes were really just stupid and made no sense. They were just fun to write. They were dumb. They were like poems, but they weren't really poetic. They were just stupid. That wraps up my story time. I hope you enjoyed this story time. This was a very fun story to tell. I faked my own fucking death, yo. I hope you liked my video. Hit it with a like, hit it with a thumbs up, hit me with a subscription. And if you've got any more suggestions for videos that you'd like to see me do, comment them down below and I'll add it to my list because I got a long list coming, honey. If you'd like to watch my other videos, I did another story time about the guy that forced me to come out, a rant about the correlation between sexuality and religion, and a Q&A video about getting to know me. If you like this video, then you should go give those a look. That's all. Good riddance. Have a nice, wonderful, blessed day. Bye.